when you start manipulating interest rates, you're going to distort the price. You're gonna put the price of the good out of line with the supply and the demand, and you're just going to get an imbalance. And when you're talking about debt, you have an imbalance that is the apparent production and growth today at the expense of production and growth in the future. That's explicitly what you're doing. It's, as a farmer, it's rather than keeping your seed to plant crop next season, you're eating all your seed today and getting a 20% boost because you have 20% more food because you ate all your seed, but then you have nothing for the next season, for the next harvest. That's what we do. We're essentially doing that in capital markets. And then every time we find out there's no harvest, we eat the longer term seeds. Like let's say there's like a harvest every year, but then there's some sort of crop that only happens every 10 years and every 20 years. That's what we're doing. We're going longer and longer out with our debt. So where we've already completely screwed the next 5 years, well, now we're going 10, 20 years out to borrow to pay back our 5-year failure. And that's what we've done for about 50 years in the finance market, in the fiat world. And the only way to get rid of it is to let everybody realize that there's no value backstopping this stuff, that it's all a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. Literally, it's a Ponzi scheme. You're borrowing from everybody who's going to be forced into this Ponzi scheme in 10 to 15 years, and everything that they're going to produce in 10 to 15 years to pay off, to make it appear as if we're profitable today. It's just cooking the books. And as the only way out of it, like the market works, capitalism works, free markets work because of profit and loss. It's yin and yang. You can't take one away and think that you still have a market. You just get outweighed by the profit incentive, and then everybody just kind of becomes a disgusting, speculative, greedy, like poisonous suck, just a leech on the economy, because everybody's chasing profits because you've just taken away losses, which means you remove the integrity from the market. You remove all of the balancing act. You remove actual customers being the designation as to who wins or loses in the market. Like, all of the integrity and the work, the research into deciding what is a good product and where do I spend my money and where do I allocate my resources and my time in the economy is taken away, because it's like, oh, we're going to have free markets, but they're going to be safe free markets where nobody loses anything. Nobody loses a job. No companies go out of business. It's like, well, then you've removed the whole mechanism. It's like saying that we're going to just eat forever as a biological organism. We're just going to eat forever and we're never going to take a shit and it's all going to be great. Like, if you don't take a shit, like, that's part of the process. The organism will die one way or the other if you manipulate and destroy the natural process. Losses are critical. Losses are where you cut the fat. Losses are where you fire the people who are total waste of resources. Losses are where you delete the companies who have been fraudulent, who have roped a whole bunch of people in and done nothing but obliterate resources, who have eaten their seed and cannot harvest. Again, they are net losses on society. You cut them out. You let them die. You let them go bankrupt, and you fire sale them to the people who were actually productive, who actually had savings, who had surplus. And what we have done is we have rewarded everyone who has been eating their seed, who has been burning our land of all of its value and its ability to hold crops, at the explicit cost of the people who are actually making the food, who are actually doing the real work that is propping everything up. We're burning our savings to prop up our debt and our loss. Our profits are being used to keep our losses going. And it just has to correct. And it's all because we're cooking the books. It's all because our money is screwed. It's because it's being used as a tool of manipulating nominal data at the cost of qualitative reality. Make the numbers look good and screw whether or not anybody has food or we have power. And that's what fiat enables. And Bitcoin fixes that. And the only way it fixes that is if people like BlockFi, companies like BlockFi and Celsius and 3AC go out of business.